No. It's blocked.
There's much more that our people are capable of.
Yeah.
They want to say that our people need tourism to survive, but we actually cannot eat tourism. We need food to survive. We need clean water to survive. On the island I'm from, on Oahu, they have jet fuel leaking into the aquifers that everybody's drinking out of in Honolulu, the main capital of the Hawaiian Islands. This is a tribute to all water protectors. This is a tribute to land rights activists. This is a tribute to the ancestors who have come before us, who stuck their necks out for us and did the hard work and passed the language down to us, even though we weren't allowed to speak our language and allowed to be on these lands. This is a tribute to the future generations who have to carry the torch when we're gone and need an example from us so that they know what is what. This project has taken many hands from all over the world, from all walks of life, all sorts of talents, who have a goal in mind to build community, to put food on the table, to start here on Kaua'i, which people call Kaua'i, and Kaua'i can mean to put food, to place food, right? This is also a tribute to the wettest spot here on our island, Wai'ale'ale, that feeds every side of this island from her crater. This is a tribute to all of the hands who taught every one of us some sort of farming method, some sort of knowledge about this atmosphere, the rains, the resources, so that we could come together and share, because we're not about hoarding anything, especially knowledge. Knowledge will empower our people, and to just have a space where people can come to poke each other's minds and pass down the next generation's messages is a holy privilege. That is also why we have this tribute. And this tribute is gonna continue in any form so that the work gets done. Aloha, my name is Mekia Aloha Pumehana Hemolele. I go by Pumehana or La. This project has been an ongoing project from many different volunteers here on Kaua'i, local families, all kinds of just helpful people. This valley that we're in is known as Uhauiole. We're also in the land division known as Wailua. And Wailua Kaua'i was a place sacred to the high chiefs because of the access to Wai'ale'ale that Wailua provides you. And Wai'ale'ale being the wettest, one of the wettest places in the world. The project began on the other side as a food security mission for our people here on Kaua'i, to provide the example, at least to Kaua'i, if not to the outer islands as well as the world, that together we are capable of putting enough food down for the people of Kaua'i to eat, and the people that we care about wherever they are as well to eat. The Hawaiian way, the people of these lands were always taught to take care of everybody. We have a strong culture that you can sort of consider an adopting thing, where we adopt people into our lineages, but it really is centered in that word hanai, which means to feed also. So once we feed you, you're part of our family. It gets rid of the borders that humans have made between our people, and it gets rid of the mentality that everything is only yours, right? Because you gotta share everything. So this project is really focused on community building. Because of this project, we were able to do Hawaiian language classes with a friend of ours who has his own shop in Kapaa Town, and it takes just being able to plug yourself in to spread out the experience, to really distribute the experience amongst humanity, to give everybody a chance to feel this love. We don't need necessarily only love from other humans. There are so many ways to gain intimacy amongst the natural world. It's about sharing that with everyone and to stay in a humble mindset, to continue to learn every day, even if it takes unlearning, and to keep up the traditions of this place, be a part of the lives of the natural world, the plants and the animals, to take your lineage to their lineage, and to share amongst each other, to learn from each other that we are all the children of the Creator, and we all have a responsibility, like older siblings and younger siblings, to each other. And this project is just gonna be here to feed the people, not here to say that these are just our kalo. This is for whoever eats kalo, whoever needs to feed their babies, whoever wants to turn to medicine as food and medicine in one bite, instead of not having the opportunity just because it costs money to be alive. This is just to prove, that we are nature. Nature didn't start because of money, and it's not going to end because of money either. This right here is called an ahu. We also call it kuahu. Ahu is like a little altar. It's part of how prayer has to do with the work, and there's one part prayer, so we give our acknowledgments in prayer. We sing, dance, eat. My island is called Oahu. O is your piko, your present. This is your present, your future, and your past. And the present Ahu is what my island is called. Your present altar, the altar that is present, the present, like this moment. And if you look at it, it happens to be the most corrupt island, which is a message from the Creator that some people have no respect for altars, for putting prayer into our work, and that's what happens when you leave the Creator out of our work. You got a bunch of just corruption, all kinds of monstrosities. This is a turmeric flower. This is gourd. We're gonna grow water bottles. Nice. This is a water bottle. This one is akoko for menstruation. And this one is maile. I think this is called nehe, but I forgot who that is. This one is an endangered plant that used to be found common on Oahu, but it's so endangered. I don't think there is any on Oahu, and there's supposed to be like only a few left. But I got my hands on one, and this is called ihi lawa kea. It's a fern. This guy likes it by the water. This dude right here, he's like super duper endangered. This is watergrass. It's an edible weed.
Yeah, I crush it. I mix the crushed material 50-50 with compost, dry compost, and then boom, inoculate it or not. You can even just spread it out raw and let it, yeah. It's gonna be there for hundreds of years.
No, it's 17,000 years.
17,000. Now, is that for how long that the charcoal itself is gonna last?
This place is called Uhauiole. Uhau is a strike. It could be a supernatural or a physical strike. And Iole is a mouse, a little mouse. We never had like anything bigger than like a tiny mouse. And those little mouses they eat the crumbs. So they represent those guys that are at the bottom of the food chain, yeah. And we have stories of those little mouses. There were times where humans disrespected the abundance and was taken away from us. And so the little mouse, he has no crumbs to eat anymore, yeah? So all irritated, he goes and he finds where all of the food was taken away, and all of it was put into this net and suspended in the sky. And this net they call the Pleiades. The mouse, he goes and he climbs our highest mountain. He goes into the net, he chews the net, and all the food comes falling down again, yeah? And the people, they're all happy. They think that he saved them, yeah? But the mouse, he's not concerned about nobody. He just needs food. So he tells them, hey, I never do this for you guys. In fact, you got it taken away because you don't know how to act. But hey, now that it's here, you guys better take care of it, right? Gotta think about how we're actually a part of nature. We're not separate from nature. We have a role here too. The mouse, one time he had to remind us that, and those kind of creatures, you find them in our genealogy accounts. There's a story of this plant being our ancestor, a stillborn child who was planted in the ground and became the kalo, the very first kalo. His name was Aloha, and it just so happens that kalo takes about 9 months to mature, just like a child. We regard this plant as sort of an older brother of our people, and this plant is in our genealogy accounts. All of our genealogies came together, right? So our practice is to introduce ourselves to the land, to learn the names of the lands, that what they were called by certain peoples, right? What they're called now by our people, and to acknowledge, that our family name walked through this place in our body, and that our DNA mingled with this place when we sweat here, and when we cry here, and when we laugh here, and when we dance here, when we hurt here, and when we are happy here. Our people are going to be fed another 7 generations, because these kalo, they can grow a whole kalo, and you take that same cutting and it grows again, and then again, until the flower comes. And that's about 7 times, right? So that's 7 generations of our kalo. That's another 7 generations of our people. And then when you plant these guys, you know your grandkids is gonna eat. Once this place starts to feed you, right? Our word for our land is that which feeds you. We say ʻāina. And once you're being fed, then you're part of our ʻāina already.